So, remember Melvin?
Yes.
Yes. And how he proposed to his wife 11, 10 or 11 times before she finally said yes?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, him and I did a segment called Black Love.
Yes.
I didn't post it. I may post it this season.
Okay.
It was for a class, actually. And it was an 8-minute segment for the class, but I think we interviewed for like 30 minutes. So I may put that bonus in there for this actual. That's what I'll do for this episode, just for audio only. So everyone who listens to the podcast, you can actually be able to get the full interview on any streaming platforms except for YouTube. If you view YouTube, you'll only get that 8-minute. If I can find it, I think I may have deleted it. Who knows? But Melvin and I were talking about marriage, dating. He's been divorced and just going through the process of finding his wife. And I thought that would be a good topic is Black love.
Black love.
So as I always say, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Welcome to Disaster Dating 101. I'm Natasha Renee.
And I'm Robyn Breon.
Come join this disastrous journey as we talk about our dating horror stories,
real issues,
and how we can work through these issues to create a healthy space and becoming a better you for you. And today's episode is Black love does matter.
Black love does matter. It does.
It does. And I do not, like, I'm not against interracial dating. I've dated interracially.
Likewise.
Yes. So it's not that I don't condone it or I'm against it. The one thing is I noticed that when what is your definition of black love? I'll ask you first.
Somebody that is one, like, relatable to me, you know, not to say that so much we have the same experiences, but can relate. Like, we can talk about, mama cooking.
Yes.
But it's to just, building each other up, though.
Yeah.
That's somebody that looks like me, representation, and that we're creating an empire together. That we definitely, have each other's back through the good and the bad, and we're not putting each other down. We truly are uplifting one another.
That is a fact. And that for me too. Someone that can relate, that I can build, I can grow with. Someone I can support. Mm-hmm. Because there is a difference with dating a black man versus dating another man. I mean, Hispanic, yes, or, but dating a black man and supporting a black man is much different than dating someone else.
It is. And it's important too.
It's very important.
It's key. I just feel like, especially just within our own, like, race culture, it's been just so much, it's just, there's a stigma that's associated, with us and people being ostracized. So like you said, like, if I'm dating outside of my race, especially if it's a non-minority, that support is everything. Because our men aren't supported.
Yeah. So I don't have a dating horror story because this is love.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I've been in love. Mm-hmm. I think, I always say that I have been in love, but I don't know how it feels for someone to be in love with me. But we're not going to focus on that. But, I have been in love, having a black son. Mm-hmm. And, even us being black women, the one thing that we do in this show is we always talk about the negative first, and then we come back to the positive. Mm-hmm. Because when outsiders, mm-hmm. or even us, when we see people out that are in relationships, mm-hmm. the arguments, the yelling, the degrading black men in public, mm-hmm. the things that you should not be doing. Yeah. I feel like we should talk about those things because they are issues. It's not cute. It's embarrassing.
Toxic.
You make us look bad. Like,
no, exactly.
And that's when you hear some people, well, I don't like black women. Or I don't like black men. And I don't want people to think that all people are the same. Like, all black men are not the same. Mm-hmm. All black women are not the same. No, we're not yelling and telling you what you aren't. because I'm not going to yell at you. I make it a little loud, but I'm not going to yell. And I'm not going to bring up something that happened before to tell you what you didn't do and why you didn't do it.
No, that's so important. Like, I feel like it's not any bad stories that I have too, but I feel like the black men that I have been dating, they have had that. They've had those toxic relationships with black females where it's the belittling on both parts, the toxicity, the in public, like the showdowns, the baby mama or baby daddy drama that's always associated in another stigma. So I do feel like, in dating me, I'm not those things. So when you're so used to it, I feel like I am that support, that I'm going to believe in you. I'm going to build you up, so that you can believe in yourself. I mean, I can't force you now. You've got to want it for yourself, but I'm definitely a supportive, figure. Because I want my son, because I, like you said, and just raising young black men, like I want him to see too that, oh, mommy, like put men in a good light, even with his father. We're not together, but I'm still like, yeah, daddy's your superhero. Daddy, it's not any of that. So I do feel like some, unfortunately, who I've dated have come with the bad experience, and that black women are this, black women are that. And I show them another side. Like, no, not, like you said, not all black women are that.
I've heard it often in my 20s. I've heard that often. And that's why I wanted to highlight that, because even with the one guy that I think I briefly talked about, the one that grandma met at the grocery store that stayed right around the corner from me.
Right around the corner.
But he had it, and it wasn't even with black women, but it was because it was colorism. Because the first thing that he had said to me was, I don't date women as dark as you.
And you're not even dark, but okay.
So, even with that, it's like, we're on a date, and that's the first thing that you tell me is that you don't usually date women that are my complexion. So that way of how we talk to each other, what we feel is comfortable, the things that we feel are right and they're not right.
Yeah.
And I don't think that we should continue, and it has to be fixed, especially, with social media. And you see these things, like you said, you see the fights. It's not that we see them in public. We see it all on social media.
All on social media, yeah.
It's like, even with the celebrities, these younger, I mean, they're kids.
You get that eye roll. They are kids.
And them putting their relationships out here, arguing, slapping. And it was one guy saying, like, hit the woman and, like, threw her in the TV. Like, it's some real stuff.
It's violence. And we definitely don't condone physical, domestic violence, any of that.
We don't.
Here. It's unfortunate, it's back to the toxic, but sometimes, sometimes it's learned too. Sometimes it's what they've seen in their own house, and they think it's okay. It's that one.
No, it really is. And even with
respect.
Therapy and, the things that, you and I talk about. And I know with me and my ex and with us living together, and right at the end, when things were over, and him expressing, well, my mom didn't tell me that she loved me. And that my mom didn't do this, and I always felt that she loved everybody else more than she loved me. So because of that, you tore me down.
And no, that's real. Like, I feel like a lot of people I've dated have had backgrounds like that, where it's like, there's some type of love that was missing, or that they were yearning from whoever raised them, whether it's mom, grandma, whoever, or dad.
Yeah.
And for me growing up, like, people always said my family was the Huxtables. I had mom, dad. I got to see, like, to me, my parents are the epitome of black love. And, like, I saw support. I saw love. They both were professionals. Like, my dad was in the Air Force and then worked for the government when he retired. And my mom was a VA hospital nurse. So it's like, whenever my dad needed, she had his back. Whenever he, like, and vice versa. Like, I always saw that, even when it came down to just stuff like who's paying the mortgage, who's doing this. Like, it really wasn't a gender role in there, but I knew that my mom had my dad's back no matter what. And my dad had my, so I've always saw that. But then, and I never saw any disrespect. And if my parents argued, I'll tell you this, I never saw it. And I believe everybody got some issue going on in their relationship. But I will say this, my brother and I think we've ever seen it, you know. So to me, I just saw a strong force, like that my mom was a good woman behind my dad. And I say this to share with you all that up until the day that my dad took his last breath, my mom was there. Like, he was in home, hospice, everything. My mom, she had and I don't know how many people can take those vows for better or for worse.
Yeah.
Now, granted, my mother is a nurse, so she is trained by profession, but still, you know, I saw the toll that it took on her. But she said, he gave me a great life, and I'm going to be with him to the day he takes his last breath. And she got a standing ovation at his funeral.
Wow.
Like, and to me, that was love. Like, literally, till death do us part. But now, child, it would be one little fight. People be ready to throw it away.
Yeah. I know with my mom and my stepdad, like, I never heard them argue at all, ever. Like, in life, I remember my mom went to the hospital one time because her hand, but supposedly she hit him.
But I think I heard a little story like that about my parents, but this is before I was born.
All I know is she was walking around with a brace. I don't know what happened, but again, I ain't hear nothing.
You ain't hear nothing.
Everything was good.
So do we, you know, so in looking for that, so knowing that your mom and your stepdad's relate, like, do you, in dating and trying to find like a mate, and looking for those qualities, do you revert back to their relationship?
I do. And I say that because even right now, the person that I am dating, and it's very different. And I say it's different because of before I didn't look for those values.
Yeah.
Because you know how they say you look for a person that's like your dad or something like that.
Yes.
So if we revert back to my dad, no, I don't want anybody like my dad. Like, I don't. I love my dad dearly.
I know her. Yeah, I don't know her father, but I know this stuff. Yeah,
but I don't want 10 kids. But when it comes to my stepdad, even in therapy, when I had to choose a parent, I chose my stepfather.
Really?
Mm-hmm. When they said which parent would you, I always chose my stepfather because he had things in place. Everything he said went. Like, my mother, like, yeah, she had a say, but it was like, if Anthony didn't say, if it was a no-go, if Anthony said it ain't gonna go, it ain't gonna go.
Got me thinking, who would I choose off my parents?
So now looking at the person that I have described to you, that so I'll say this, my stepfather was stern. He was straight to the point. Like, he laughed and joked, but he didn't take mess. Like, everybody respected him. He was the person that kept the family whole. Like, even though he was a baby, he was the one who brought the family together. He was a family person, and that's what I look for. And I've noticed that even when I date, that I look for that family feel because that's what my stepfather brought. Like, we was at my grandmother's house Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday, Saturday, they played spades. Sunday, we went to, had Sunday dinner. But those were the qualities, and those are the qualities that I look for. Someone that's level-headed, that can put you in your place, but be, like, ain't no outside of, look, this how it's going to go. Keep it moving. Okay. That's how it's going to go. We're going to keep it moving. I don't got nothing to say. You know what? You are so right.
You are right.
You're right.
Let's keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
That's so true, because now that I'm sitting here, I feel like I had my own aha. Like, I always say with date, even though I understand opposites attract, but I always say, like, I need somebody like me because I'm so outgoing. I like to be out and having fun. But I get that from my dad. I do. Like, my mom and I, we're polar opposites, but we work. Like, she's like my best friend. But like my dad, I'm so similar to him and just everything that I enjoy. And my uncle, his younger brother, always tells me, you need to get somebody like your father. You need to get, and I'm like, no, you're right. And then, like, and just hearing you say that, I'm just like, yeah, everything that I like to do and what I want is literally based upon, because my dad and I always had fun. We always went to the museums. My fashion I get from my dad. He's the one that took me shopping. Not my mom. She dreaded going shopping.
No, that was my mom. And my stepfather, like, even with going out, he didn't like going anywhere. My mom would have to always drag him to go on vacation. He was chill. And that's why I'm like, I like someone that's just like chill.
Yeah, like my dad, well, both of my parents travel, and that's just the military life. But no, that's so true. Like, my dad is like the life of the party, and I don't say like I'm the life of the party, but I love to have fun, so, and I'm like, that compliments, but just hearing you say that makes me think like, yeah, it is my dad. Like, I want somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
So, shout out to the fathers.
Shout out to the fathers.
So, we're about to end part 1 and go into part 2 of Black Love Matters.
Love Matters.
All right, and we are back with part 2 of Black Love Matters. We were talking about fathers.
We were.
And how we adore our fathers.
Yes.
And we appreciate our dads.
Dads are awesome. If
yes.
you're a dad out there, especially if you're a dad out there and has like a daughter, like I, that bond is just always so precious. Like, but school them. School them on the dating, and just to have, the standards.
And I'm happy you said that. So with one of the topics that I wanted to bring back on as far as the positivity. So even though we talked about a little bit of the negative, about us uplifting each other, supporting our Black men and supporting Black women, and uplifting each other. So in your eyes, what does that look like? Like, what does the support from a Black man look like to you?
Somebody just that's gonna have my back. Like, when I need you, that you show up for me. Like, I think for love language for me, it's like acts of service. So, like, just show up. I'm not saying you've got to, like, I'm not going to like, oh, you got to pay my bills and stuff. But if I need you, that you're there for me. Like, if I'm like, babe, I got a flat tire, don't worry, because me and my big old GMC truck, not my thing. But to be like, I've got you, or if I'm saying like I'm about to open up my own clinic in Maryland, and be like, what, are you okay? Just asking me, am I okay? Let me say that I feel like as women and as nurturers, and especially we're moms, we're always there for everybody else. And me being a licensed psychotherapist, I'm there for everybody. But sometimes for somebody just to ask me, Robyn, how was your day? That goes a long way for me, because I'm always pulled. And to actively listen to what I'm saying too. Like, it's not even to be like, oh, okay, we got to like, do a whole bunch. But just literally like, babe, how was your day?
Yeah.
Do you need anything from me? Need me to go to Starbucks and get you some coffee? Yeah. Like, that type of support. And to show that, like, I appreciate you. I see you out here grinding, doing your thing. You are a rock star. I know I'm one, but just to hear you acknowledge it.
I know
I'm one, but that's the support that I'm looking for. What about you?
I know for me, my love language also is acts of service, but it's not even the act for me. It's the appreciation and saying thank you, or I appreciate you. Look, I will do all I need and will make sure you're good. If you do not recognize any of that,
sorry for you.
Yeah.
That's it. I'll be like, you can literally have the world from me. If you just give me that part, so much of my heart is already yours. Like, literally.
No, you're absolutely right. And
it's not like, go get me the Chanel bag. I mean, you can now if you want, but but that's it for me. And quality time. Like,
yes, I enjoy time. I enjoy being with the person that I am dating with, in a relationship, whatever part of that we're in, that I do appreciate that time. Like, I enjoy the time, even though I am by myself majority of the time, not doing anything, because I don't do nothing. I literally,
and I want to do everything.
I don't do anything. I'm literally on 95, 50%.
She's in 2 relationships. Let me tell you, one with the road. This one right here is gone. I told her she needs to take a break from the road because she doesn't do anything.
I know, because I'm always driving. Like, literally, last weekend, I drove to Philly. And this weekend, I drove to New York. Yeah. Next weekend, I'm driving to Jersey. And even before that, I was in Florida. So, yeah.
Road runner.
But I wasn't in Florida on the weekend. I was during the week. So
Yeah.
does that count? Look, does that count?
I'm
But
kidding.
even that weekend, no, because when I got back that weekend, I had to drive to Philly.
Shout out. Shout out to the black male fraternities out there.
Oh my gosh! Please
I left it
disregard.
I left it broad. That's everybody. That could even be you.
Let's disregard anything.
I loved it.
I'm not. Oh my gosh. Robyn, I have to stick to these
Go
notes.
ahead.
Like, I can't even.
I am being good on my best behavior.
We were talking about black love.
Clearly, she wears the halo. I wear the. That was black love. Shout out to all the. Okay. Black love. Speaking of black love, do you follow the black love page on Instagram?
Yes, I love it.
Is it that black love?
It is.
Okay.
It's black love.
If you all don't follow, it's that's a page that I love.
Yeah.
Literally, like, because just to see, just the happiness, and there's so much dopeness on that page as it relates
Even
to
families, everything.
exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
relationships, families, everything is just so cute.
Yeah, it's black love or a black love experience, something
or black love page. Something.
Yeah,
if you Google it on IG, and it'll pop up.
And the best, I love the stories.
Their stories
that come down.
are so. You know what I love to see, and then we'll go back. I love to see when it's the marriages, the weddings, and the black male, is breaking down. If
my God,
future husband does not give me that energy with them tears, you ain't for me. You not it. You not it. But I'm not gonna put another plug.
Sir, you better cry when you walk down that aisle.
Cry, you better cry. Robyn is looking for some tears.
She wants some tears. She may change her
tears.
mind.
I might change my mind
By the time
midway.
you get up there,
You are not crying.
Shout out to my sister Ashley, who's about to get married.
Oh,
Speaking of
Ashley,
black love,
congratulations.
yeah. Her and her boo. Yeah,
That's awesome. How about one of my friends at my birthday brunch? She was like, "How is it? It's 8 of y'all, and out of the 8, only 1 is married.
Really?
What is the problem?" And it made me think, and I was like, "Well, we're not the problem."
Yeah. No, I want it, and like even though it is love, so we can talk about it. No, like I said in our first episode, I do want to get married, but I don't want to force it. I don't want to just, okay, you know what, we vibe, that's cool, let's get married. No, I've learned with being with my ex and living with my ex, and even we'll talk about that later. And so disclaimer, I get the talks about my ex, and you'll hear me say my ex. There is only one ex that I'm talking about when I talk about my ex.
It's
because
not like 1,000.
Clearly I have a listener who has said to me, "You got a lot of relationships that you were in." No, I do not have a lot of relationships that I was in. It's experiences. But when I say my ex, I'm literally talking about one relationship, because I've learned so much in that relationship. And even with us, not trying to be negative, but I knew I wasn't going to marry him.
Yeah.
But I was in it.
Let me ask you this. What is marriage for you?
That's a good question. Wow, that is not on the notes.
I know.
So I do not have that written down. So give me a sec. No, I don't need a second. Marriage is, for me, that strong friendship, that bond, that support. And it really is support, because from what I've seen, it's that person that supports you. It's that person that your person.
Yeah.
The person that is for you.
Yeah.
That can deal with you, that can tolerate you.
And that part also.
Because there's a lot of tolerating with me.
I think, but just everybody though. In general,
yeah, but it's you have to have that bond, and it's not always about love.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people do get married. There are arranged marriages, so those people, they have to make it work.
Yep.
So it's about, are you able to make it work?
Exactly.
The person that I'm marrying, can we make this work? Can we survive? Can we build? Can we grow? Like, it's not always about love.
That's true.
And someone told me that, and I asked that, like, about love. And they told me, no, it's about happiness. Happiness is more important than love.
I agree.
So it's about that person who makes me happy, that I can build and grow with, and just literally, like I said, build, because I'm trying to do things. You know, I don't want to do them by myself, but I'm really trying to do things, invest, you know, grow financially, grow as a people, just grow as people, you know, just showing my kids things, and to have that person by my side and I be by their side also.
Now, on the flip side of that, before we wrap up, would you or could you be okay if it didn't go to marriage, but you had all those things, but you all didn't have the actual title of husband and wife?
So you know that person that I always talk about, Tosh?
Yes.
You know, always. Shout out to Talk to Tosh. If you guys are not following her, she is an intuitive, not a psychic. She is an intuitive, and she has like literally predicted everything, like from here to like where I am right now.
Talk to
from
Tosh.
my job. Like she's on Clubhouse. On Tuesdays at 8:00, and she randomly goes on Facebook. She's on the radio in North or South Carolina, and she's also on the radio on the Quicksilver Show. I don't know if she still does that, but this woman is on point. And I remember one of the questions I asked was, "Am I going to get married?" And she said, "I see you in a long relationship, but I don't see marriage right now."
There it is.
So I don't know, you know, I'm open
To be
to
continued.
Yeah. And you know what? Honestly, the only reason that I would want to, like, I'm not comfortable with being in a space of just dating and those long-term dating relationships. I mean, unless we putting together some type of will, something that we are going and putting it in writing, because I've seen the 10 and 20 year relationships where they're not married.
Right.
And then the person passes away and that person has nothing.
Friend.
And all the, yes, the special friend.
My dad's longtime companion.
Yes.
Long-term companion.
And all these investments that you all did together, and when they pass away, you have nothing. So we're gonna get something notarized. If we ain't get married, we're gonna see that notary and go to a lawyer and put some stuff on paper. Cause
Facts. I didn't go through all these.
right.
I was your lover and your second. But they were married in that song. He left.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not having this long term, and I don't have nothing to show. Not to say that no gold digging, but like you put all of this investment. It's an investment of your time, even your money.
It is investment. A marriage is an investment. A relationship is an investment.
Yes.
So yeah, if we can't put nothing in writing,
I don't want you. I like that.
Go to the bank. Every bank has one.
Shout out.
I can type it out.
Yes.
LegalZoom.com, whatever those websites are, they are available.
They are available.
We can legally bind ourselves together without a divorce.
Oh gosh.
So I don't think we need a conclusion.
I don't think so either. That was perfect.
That was definitely perfect. So we had these lovely dating 101 cards. We're gonna have to put them closer. I can't be
I know, right, to be
pulling all the way over here. So at the end of each episode, Robyn and I will pull one of these dating 101 cards, and we will ask one of the questions from the dating 101 card, and we will either both answer the questions that we ask each other, or one person will answer either one. You went first.
Yeah, so you can go.
Okay, so is it your responsibility to help your mate pay past due bills once you move in with them?
Ooh. No, it's not my responsibility. Like, you had those bills. Now, I will say this, though, but if we're living together, because I want you to be the best version of yourself, so let me see how I can, support you a little bit, but it's about how much those bills are. But I'm hoping if we live together, though, we're splitting stuff 50-50, so that that's money. That's their pay. That's what I said. That's their responsibility. But I said the nicest thing because I'm too nice, I would be like, how much do you owe? Because if we're living together, because my thing is, if we're living together, hopefully that's going to lead to long term, right?
Yeah.
And the thing, your credit becomes my credit. And I have A1 credit, people. Excellent credit. So you're not about to bring down my excellent credit score if I take on your last name, because you're going to take on the Brown last name.
Hold on, y'all just living. Y'all not married
I know
yet.
what I'm saying in my mind thinking. That's what I said, the way Robyn thinks. It's going to go down this way. So initially, to answer the question, no, that's your past due. But I will try to see how maybe we can get you on a budget to like pay that. You look like you're not. The way your face look, I don't think you're helping anybody.
Honestly, I am.
Oh,
Do you
you
know how
are?
many bills I done paid?
And then what happened? What happened?
And we ain't even lived together.
See, nah. And what's the turnout?
Hold on. So let me rephrase, because no, I ain't paying your bills like that.
Exactly.
I have come across people that have been in binds.
And who? Oh, binds.
Binds. And they needed money. And if I had it, I paid a bill. No, we weren't in a relationship. So if I've done that for a friend,
then you
I know that I would do. Now, if you was my ex that I live with, hell no, I ain't helping you pay your bills, because clearly,
well, you didn't know he was gonna be your ex though.
No, even if we
you're saying before?
No. I was about to say his name because that's how much he pissed me off. No, I would like. It all depends on. No, not after I think about it. Hold on. Give me a second.
She done got heated. She got to breathe. Come on. Blood pressure again.
New Tasha. Because old Tasha was just about to come out. Renee was just about to come out.
New Robyn, I'm not paying your bills.
New Tasha.
Old Robyn.
I would, if we're living together, yes, I would try to help because we are supporting each other and we are living together. But I would try to see, and like you said, try to put you on a budget afterwards. Because one time, yes. Second time, no.
Because I'm worried about,
because that's where I'm going to get scared. That's why I had to think about it. Like,
struggling.
If you struggling
by yourself, how are we going to struggle? How you going to take care of me? And not saying I need you to take care of me because I'm capable.
But if we don't need no regular bills in both our names.
Exactly.
So that's why I said I had to think about it. If we're living together, then yes. But that's a red flag right there.
It is a red flag, but we don't need. But see, this is going to be another episode because I know we're winding down. But that goes into finances and dating.
So we're going to have to hold this.
You're going to have to hold that one.
Put it aside for me.
That got both our blood pressure going.
Okay, so
now I like this one. Okay. This question: could you date someone with a disability?
I have.
Really?
And let me explain,
please,
how it happened. I paused for a second because this person is a okay person. They're not. They are. I'm trying to be nice because we're talking about disability.
I know, and I'm over here like,
I'm really trying. I'm not talking about the person because of their disability.
Just
talking about the person in general.
Because no, you can have a disability and still be a
straight ass.
And that's facts.
So, I actually dated someone, and they were diabetic.
Okay.
And in the process, in us dating, it wasn't serious, but I mean, we did spend time with each other. He ended up losing his leg.
Oh no.
Within the time that we were dating.
Ooh.
So I experienced literally us hanging out, going out to, I'm in the ICU. I'm at the ICU with him. Him learning to relearn to walk, me pushing him in a wheelchair, us going, because it was around Christmas time. So I'll never forget, we went to the mall and he was in a wheelchair at the time, and he was so adamant about going because he didn't realize that I can't move like I used to move. So we end up going to the mall and to literally have to help him to go to the bathroom, to do a lot. That was a lot. And I remember my grandparents saying when he lost his leg, they were afraid because they knew that I'm not going to leave because of this. If I'm in it, I'm in it.
Yeah.
But no, I dated. It didn't get serious with us, but I did date someone. And he lost his leg within the time that we were dating.
That's tough.
So that was tough. I did stick it through. We stopped talking because he was an asshole and always felt like people not because he didn't have a leg before he lost his leg. He was still acting the same way.
Wow. Yeah, for me, I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't rule it out, but I know it would be tough.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like you said, in the challenges and stuff. But like, if I already knew, if it was something I knew before getting in, then of course I'm going to be in it all. But like your situation where it was like, okay, you knew he was diabetic. And then, you know, I definitely don't want to leave anybody, you know, when they're needed. But I can't imagine on both aspects. Just the mental part on his end. It was a lot.
And at that time, Zoe, my daughter was 1.
Oh, wow.
So I had a 1 and a 4-year-old.
I never rule it out. I just always just think about, like, you know, just the toughness of it. Like you said, you had to help him with the bath.
Oh, it was like, yeah, it was.
And you got to deal with. He's got, you know, that person has to deal with too, just with processing that, you know,
and that's where the issue was the processing it, because it could have been avoided. Mm-hmm. And I'll say that because he wasn't doing the things. How can you take care of yourself if you can't take care of yourself?
How you gonna take care of me?
How are you gonna take care of me?
Bing bong.
And I guess we'll
and there.
If you can't take care of yourself, how can you take care of me? But we'll talk about that one on that.
We'll talk about. So if anybody is interested in getting these dating cards, it's at Dating 101 Card Game on IG, and they have the link.
Follow. All right, I want to thank you guys for listening. This episode was recorded and produced by WTF Media Studios, located in Soho, New York. Disaster Dating 101 is available on all major streaming platforms. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook at Disaster Dating 101 Podcast. Twitter, Disaster Date 101. If you want to share one of your dating horror stories, leave us a message on anchor.fm/Natasha-Renee. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can follow me, Natasha Renee, at Natasha Renee _the creator, and Robyn
at Robyn ROBYN _217.
And also, if you would like to purchase the Dating 101 cards, you can go to www.walkinginwholenessllc.com/dating101. You can also follow them at Dating 101 Card Game on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for listening, and good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Because even with him, so the guy, he was telling me that a bartender invited him to her bar, set him with several men, and wasn't sitting with her. I was like, okay, why would you? And then he went out with her again. And when he went out with her again, she kept leaving her purse with him and leaving to go somewhere else. And I was like, she doesn't want you. So these are the situations you keep putting yourself in. So if you keep putting yourself in all these situations, that's you. It's not me.